Billionaire Tax Act. Why does it matter? It is presumed to raise $100 billion on California's 200 or so billionaires to raise money for healthcare, food assistance, and education. It's like, get a job, right?
Which in that instance, if you're trying to evade this tax, it seems like it will be more difficult to do than just, buying a ranch in Texas and being like,
boom, that's where I live now.
I spend all my time there.
Yeah.
I hang out with Joe Rogan.
I go to
the mothership weekly. Yeah, without it being national, that is the thing. The risk is there will be some kind of billionaire flight.
Yeah.
And if there is, whether or not it still nets out.
Peter Thiel wants to go live in Argentina. Go for it, my brother. Go for it. Take away his passport.
They're basically saying, well, the billionaires have us by the balls, so we can't do anything.
Oh.
We'd love to do it.
Sure.
So you're just saying we can't do anything that would upset them because then they'll leave us. It's like, all right, you're just describing an abusive relationship, and we need to fix that immediately.
You don't want to pay the taxes? Fine. Well, we'll get to whack your balls once a year. Twice a year.
Even if you pay the taxes.
Quarterly.
We're whacking your balls.
Yeah, we're whacking your balls. Honestly,
no matter what, those balls are getting whacked.
What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen.
I thought you were going to do the
full song?
No. What is it? 4 non-blondes? 3 non-blondes? How many non-blondes is it?
Non-blondes?
That's what's going on.
Oh, yeah. No, I was doing our theme song.
I realized, that's why I said I thought you were going to do
Oh, yeah.
it.
No, I'm not doing 4 non-blondes. I did not know that that's the name of the song. That's psycho.
How many non-blondes is it? 4 non-blondes.
Yeah, 4
okay.
non-blondes. Holy God. Well, anyway, if you want to know what's going on, you came to the right place. My name is Ben. That's Emil. And this week we are talking
all about 4 non-blondes.
4 non-blondes. No, we're talking about the 2026 Billionaire Tax Act. And I think I'm going to probably be making the case against it.
What'd you call it?
The 2026 Billionaire Tax Act.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that what it's called?
I've just been calling it Prop 40. I didn't know it had
Prop 40, I believe the official name is the Billionaire Tax Act. And it's surprisingly, well, I guess not surprisingly, it is a highly contentious, hotly debated topic. And we're going to be just absolutely
billionaire
digging
taxes
into that.
in general have been, it's obviously been bandied about in many political circles, not just California. And
political polygons.
The political polygons.
Yeah.
Political polycules.
Yeah. And if we have time, which we probably will, we're going to talk about some other stuff in the markets. You got the Trump accounts, Trump hating short guys. What's that all about, huh? And
what's his problem?
A bunch of people became millionaires, except for you, of course. Sorry to hear that. But we'll talk about that. But you might be one of the lucky Americans who lost a ton of money on betting.
But you also might have become a billionaire. We don't know if one of the billionaires is listening. Millionaire, excuse me.
That's true.
If you're listening, we tip our hat to you.
Yeah, we tip our hat to you.
Way to become a millionaire.
And maybe some gaming stuff and some robot stuff. And it's just
And if you are one of the people from Microsoft who got laid off, we also tip our hat to you.
Yeah, we salute you.
We're sorry.
I'll see you in Valhalla.
The watch is ours.
Yeah, we have the
we have the watch.
We have the watch. Stay tuned for the comment of the week. We're going to be doing that. Also, hey, BenandEmilShow.com. Last week we're doing new stuff on the website for the
and honestly,
for the subscribers.
Some of the stuff we can't even talk about. You'll have to go check it out.
Really? Oh yeah, sure. Anyway, I took an edible and we watched Independence Day, and it was very, very fun. So it's all on BenandEmilShow.com. Oh, and before we forget, guys, we got the Titans of Industry. You know, the art that we always have.
Huge announcement here.
We got Jeff Bezos, of course, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk. And we finally got around to making them into merch for you guys. We got the one with all 4. And what better episode to do it than today where we're talking about the billionaire's tax? We got the all 4 and then each is individual ones.
You can go Big Billy style.
Big Billy? Oh, Bill Gates?
You can go...
Elon style?
You can go Nazi salute style.
Yeah. You can go Bezos.
You can go longtime guest of the show, friend of the show, Jeffy B.
Jeff Bezos.
He's been on the show many times.
Yeah. Or Mark Zuckercorn.
And then our personal favorite, last but not least, the Zuck.
The red one is. Anyway,
so you can go individual. You can pick your guy, or you can go for the all four.
Check them out. They're
gonna be live on BenandEmilShow.com.
Hey, and while you're here, go some butt nugget in the comments.
You tell me
last
there's
week.
butt nuggets in the comments again.
I
thought we chased all the butt nuggets in the comments.
We thought we had gotten rid of them all, but there are still butt nuggets.
I'm gonna have to call my butt nuggets guy,
who accused us of promoting a credit card points scam, which is not the case.
What is the scam?
I don't know. When we said go to the creditcardlist.com, which is our website, and get the Chase Sapphire card because the sign-up bonus is temporarily 100,000 points. Some yucko was like, that's a scam or something, and I just wrote, what do you mean? And I didn't bother to see if they replied. And then other people were
if
like,
you don't want the 100K, I don't give a fuck.
Well, and then other people were some other guy was like, yeah, but you can't even get anything when I go on the Chase portal and search. You don't search on the Chase portal.
No, you're using the Chase portal?
You transfer,
there
my
truly
brother.
are butt nuggets in the comments.
Yeah, but they didn't know that. To be fair, they didn't know that.
We should do a tutorial on how to find...
Man, I am What?
The way I've...
Finagled?
It
takes a little finagling and finessing. Does.
But then all of a sudden you're like flying LA to Dublin for like 30,000 points. And you're like, okay.
Wow.
I'm the king of the world.
Yeah. And then lastly, we're going to do the comment of the week toward the end. So stay tuned for that. And also check out last week's episode. It was a banger. What did we talk about last week?
We were celebrating that all the butt nuggets were gone from the comments, but now...
What was our episode last week?
We were talking all about Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Wonderful.
And
Kevin,
his freaking wife.
Kevin O'Leary and his murderous wife. Okay, let's get right into it. The Billionaire Tax Act. What is it? Why does it matter? Well, for if you're a Californian, it matters. And if you're
not...
We're
going to vote on it.
Yeah, we're going to vote on it
in November.
You're not. Actually, you can probably vote on it because the entire system is fraudulent. And... just come on in and vote.
Yeah, if you're from surrounding states, Arizona,
or
Utah, you're a Republican or whatever, just drive right in. They let anyone vote, even dead people, so bring your dead relatives.
I'm probably going to vote 6 times. I haven't decided yet.
I usually do about 12.
I'm going to do 3 votes for and 3 votes against, so it just negates. Just cancels it all out. Yeah, isn't that fun?
And you say, yeah, I did voter fraud, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I just do it for fun.
But it might have reverberating effects. It might set some precedents. And as you will learn, it does kind of affect what could be a national referendum of sorts on this exact kind of thing. So what is this tax act? Well, it imposes a one-time 5% tax on the global net worth of billionaires. And this is where it gets crucial. Who were residents of California as of January 1st, 2026. So if you were living here January 1st of this year, you are included in this. And then it gets extra confusing because they measure your wealth as of December 31st of this year. And you will see where that starts to get really, really hairy. It is presumed to raise $100 billion on California's 200 or so billionaires to raise money for healthcare, food assistance, and education. Which is like, get a job, right? Get a job, dude.
The vast majority of it, I do think, is going to healthcare stuff.
Yes.
I think 90% of it will go to healthcare. The other 10% will go to education and food access stuff. And
it is to be paid over 5 annual installments. It got 900 signatures to get on the ballot, and it is sponsored by SEIU UHW, which is the Service Employees International Union and the United Healthcare Workers West, in order to counter Medicaid cuts that have been occurring to make up for the shortfall of $20 billion a year, which is now threatening hospital and clinic closures statewide. And it's also endorsed by Bernie Sanders, Ro Khanna, the DSA. It has wide support from voters. So... seems pretty good, right?
But also to say, with the Bernie Ro Khanna thing, and Tom Steyer, notably, who is a billionaire who ran for governor but lost.
Yeah.
He also supported it. Pretty much every mainstream Democrat. I don't know if you'd even call. I don't think you'd call Ro Khanna a mainstream Democrat.
You don't think so at this point? Yeah, I guess you're right. He's yeah.
I think he pisses off a lot of the establishment. He partners with other people like Thomas Massey, who are definitely not establishment at all.
Yeah.
But pretty much every establishment Democrat is against it. Obviously, the Republicans are against it too. Steve Hilton, who also ran for governor as a Republican.
The hotel guy?
Is Steve Hilton? I don't know how he made his money.
Whatever.
Gavin Newsom against it, but weirdly pro national billionaire tax. If you could probably Google it. He released a weird YouTube video being like,
Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, this is not the time, but I am.
That's your Gavin Newsom?
I don't have. I'm
this
not
is
doing.
not the time.
I'm just. I wasn't doing an impression of the guy.
This is not the time. I fucking can't do it either.
You're gonna get on me and then do that?
Yeah, that sucked. I'm sorry.
That was crazy.
Let's just forget that ever happened. Yeah, he's against it.
Gavin Newsom, Katie Porter, Javier Becerra, probably going to be governor. So every just run of the mill Democrat in California.
But there are reasons.
Is against it.
There are reasons why. Should we go into the arguments first for this thing?
Well, how do you feel about it? You're gonna be voting for this thing.
Well,
before we even get to,
I spent several hours reading about this last night, and
I did as well.
I found myself going, okay, it's one of these things where it seems like a good idea, and it is, but when you get into the nitty-gritty of it, it might end up costing the state in the long run and the medium term a lot more than they otherwise would make. So I've got this whole, I've got a.
But you don't have a decision on how you'd vote for it?
I think I would probably vote against it.
I'd vote against it.
But I wouldn't be mad if it passed.
Sure.
So here are the following reasons against it. So number one, the legal challenges are a risk because, as we said, it assesses you as a resident as of January 1st, but the wealth is as of December 31st. So you could, let's say, you left mid-year and you moved to Nevada or you moved to any other state or internationally, whatever. You would technically still be taxed on the remaining half of the year, and that is.
Well, but that's just how taxing works. You can only be domiciled in one location, right?
Right.
So you have to pay your taxes
right
where you are.
But it's saying this thing would because I've done that before. When I moved to New York and then when I moved back to LA, I paid half of the year in California, half of the year in New York. This would have you pay the entire year of California.
They're going to tax you for the whole thing, yeah.
Yes, that's a legal challenge that these guys are absolutely. If you're a fucking billionaire, of course you're going to challenge this.
I think that's my biggest frustration with this thing is that there are some significant legal challenges here, which was surprising. In reading it, it seems like there was a bunch of professors who helped draft this thing, like tax professors, and you're like
UC Davis. I want to say
there was UC Davis, UC Berkeley.
Yeah.
Some. Presumably very smart people. So some of these legal challenges were
surprising.
Yes.
Well, in part also, it defies the normal rule of residency or where you're domiciled, because that considers when it's factored into where you are considered a resident, they consider the time spent there, connections like family, property, professional, and social ties. And this bill or this proposition replaces all of that with a one-time date. Hey, did you live here? So it's very vague.
Yeah, maybe before we even go further on these, we should probably explain that it's very different than other things we've seen. Massachusetts is probably the most high-profile case we've seen where they introduced a higher tax. It's not a wealth tax. It's an income tax. They bumped up. Anyone making $1 million and up is now going to have a higher effective tax rate.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all income.
Mm-hmm.
Very different than a wealth tax.
Right. Because income is what you are
and
actually.
This is a one-time thing.
Yeah.
If you're a resident of Massachusetts, that's just going to continue. Every year, you're going to pay a higher effective tax rate.
Do you know how much higher it is?
I believe they bumped it up 5%. I think it was like whatever it was. If it was 4, it's now 9, I think.
on every dollar after $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Hey, everybody, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of our show. It's Decagon. You know, hey, are you out there? You got a company that you're trying to grow? Well, you might want to check out Decagon because as your company grows, as you probably are aware, customer support gets harder to keep up with. You get more customers, that's great, but it means more questions, more complicated requests, and more pressure to respond quickly around the clock. That's usually when teams start looking at AI, but finding a solution that can scale without slowing teams down isn't easy. Decagon makes all of that a lot easier.
That's where Decagon comes in. Decagon helps companies create personalized concierge-style customer experience with AI agents across chat, email, voice, and SMS. They're available 24/7, feel natural to talk to, and can resolve customer requests on their own so businesses can keep up with requests without losing their personal touch. Decagon plugs directly into your existing system so agents can get live quickly. And because workflows can be updated using natural language, teams can make changes themselves without long engineering cycles. That means less time spent managing workflows, more time focused on customers, and ROI in weeks. Also,
Decagon gives your team full visibility into why agents make decisions and what's happening across every conversation. Decagon helps power millions of conversations every day for brands you know and love, including Avis, Affirm, Fanatics, and Aura.
ready to transform your customer support? Go to decagon.ai/Baze to get a personalized demo and see what Decagon can do for your team. Check Decagon out at decagon.ai/Baze. That's decagon.ai/Baze, BAES.
Yeah. And then, so in the actual proposition, it talks about the residence. It says residence for purposes of the CBTA is based on long-standing residence rules under California's personal income tax, which I just talked about. Among other aspects of this approach, which is almost a century old, California residents are presumed to remain in California until they are able to demonstrate that their absence from California was not temporary. In other words, like when I moved to New York, California just assumes that I'm still a resident until I prove that I'm not, or until I proved that I wasn't. When California courts make that determination, they look to whether a person's closest personal, business, family, and political ties are to California or instead to somewhere else. Thus, like some of these billionaires have been doing, simply buying real estate, opening office space out of state, or announcing a planned move is not the same as successfully severing California tax residents. As courts recognize, it is very easy to claim to move, but very hard to actually do it. Many Californians have claimed to have moved for tax purposes, only to find that their move was not effective, at least not as early as they had hoped. So that is that's where it does get shaky, is because like the
which in that
rules
instance, if you're trying to evade this tax, it seems like it will be more difficult to do than just, buying a ranch in Texas and being like,
boom, that's where I live now.
I spend all my time there.
Yeah.
I hang out with Joe Rogan.
I go to
the mothership weekly.
Yeah, and it sucks for me because, like, I remember my dentist was still in California. Obviously, my mom, my brothers, or one brother at least, my sister. I would go back frequently, but because I'm such a small.
I was gonna say,
I've never wasn't
had
that hard.
This
domicile issue.
Yeah, it's just like
I didn't even know it was a thing. I thought it was just like, yeah.
If I moved, I just told my accountant I moved, so we'll file taxes there. I've never had to be like, California, you gotta believe me.
I almost had them come out. I think it's because if you're paying taxes in that state for years and years and years, and then suddenly it's zero, they're going to be like, oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, you moved? Prove it. Because otherwise you owe us tax money, bitch.
It can't be that difficult to prove if you actually did move. You show a couple power bills, you show a couple.
Exactly. So here's the other thing. Here's another point, rather. Its status is as a wholly new tax. It is a completely new tax and not an adjustment. And there are 2 Supreme Court cases that have precedent that say you can't retroactively enact a new tax law. And there was Blodgett versus Holden.
Right, like the Massachusetts tax, for example. That's a perfect example where they're just going, hey, this is our tax code. We're just bumping it up a little bit.
Yes. that is just a new. That is
But this is California being like, hey, we're creating a whole
brand new
thing.
And you can't retroactively enact that, which is what they're hoping to do. Because remember, it's if you are a resident as of January 1st, but then this thing could pass in November. So they're trying to say, okay, if it passes in November, okay, automatically for the past
Right, I think
11
that's
months.
the bigger challenge is that it's this retroactive tax.
That's
thing.
That's one of them.
But that's also the point being is that you don't want to pass it in November of 2026 and then have everyone go, well, fuck it, I'll just go camp out in Texas for the year because it's a one-time tax.
Yes.
This is not something they're trying to it's not going to be if this passes, that doesn't mean in 2027 you'll also owe the billionaire tax.
But as you will see, it does get more complicated than that, unfortunately. In the eyes of the law, the law is so interesting.
Isn't it?
It really is. Because, I mean, just those two things alone is like, okay, that can, if all these billionaires were to fight it, and they would, on these, well, actually, except for one, and we'll see who, it would tie up.
Talking about
Jensen Huang.
Yeah.
It would tie up so much of the courts. It would cost the state a lot of money. I mean, not billions and billions of dollars, but still, it would be quite a big fight. So then here's another question.
And they're trying to fight it in a different way.
Yeah.
It's like they've already started some kind of organization called like Building a Better California or whatever it is.
Props.
Yes, and they've launched their own initiatives, which is Prop 41 and Prop 42, which effectively, if they get those passed and Prop 40 passed, it won't matter for Prop 40 because Prop 41 and 42 will basically invalidate Prop 40.
Almost. If they get more votes overall, which is the fucked up part.
Oh, more votes for 41 and 42.
Yes.
Yes,
So if
they're
41,
trying to basically invalidate it
yes,
at the ballot box.
Which is so wild. I did not even know. So let's say.
Well, they've got an army of policy wonks.
Yeah. But there are
the most ghoulish accountants.
There's a lot of like the California Teachers Association is on their side. There's some other ones that I should have written down. But just continuing off of this, here's a scenario for you that makes this also messy. What if you're someone who's worth $999 million, right? Half of the year. And then you're while you're here, it's $999 million. And then you move and you actually do become domiciled somewhere else. Like you live in New York or another country, and then you move, or actually rather, excuse me. You're worth $999 million, and then you move to California for the first time. So let's say I'm some New Yorker, and I'm like, hot diggity, I want to move to sunny Los Angeles. And then upon moving here, you cross the $1 billion threshold. You've only been living in California for 1 month. What is California versus New York? Then it's like California doesn't have any right to your wealth. You've only been here for a month.
Arguments like this are
more convoluted.
And just like I find unconvincing because it's like, okay, this is a very specific example of like, California wants to do this very specific one-time thing to fill a budgetary gap left from the Trump administration. Is basically asking for, hey, billionaires.
Yeah.
You live in our state. You make a tremendous amount of wealth.
Yes.
We're asking you to cover the gap.
Right.
With this one-time tax.
Right.
And it probably won't harm you that much, as we'll see with like the way Jensen Huang talks, which I think is true. And even if like this is the case, like, okay, sorry, if you're worth $999 million and you have some weird accounting trick,
sure,
okay, you owe 5% of it. Like,
yeah,
you'll live. So like those, I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. There might be some small examples,
or
someone
who leaves and then
there's
crosses
also only,
that.
I think it only affects 212 people or something like that.
I think so.
How many people are we expect? Like, so who cares if they?
Well, beyond that, it's also difficult to accurately assess someone's true wealth if we're talking net worth, because you could have a company that's completely illiquid, that's on paper worth, I don't know, a couple $1 billion, and your stake in that is worth that much, but you truly don't. You're like Mr. Beast. And you're like, I don't have money to buy McDonald's. what does that person do? If they can't, like, let's say 90% of my wealth, I have, I don't know, fucking $50 million in my retirement account or however much elsewhere, a couple homes, and then the bulk of it is in like a fucking holding company where I can't just, it's not publicly traded and I can't just liquidate shares to raise the cash to pay this tax. What does that person do?
I agree with you that it's not cut and dry in that
Yeah.
sense. I think that with these things, we're going to have to figure it out. I would hope that they have a plan for those things. Oftentimes those are valued. You're talking about people who live off of, they do that, what is it, buy, borrow, die, or no, something borrow, die. I can't believe
Yeah,
I'm
they
blanking out.
borrow against their assets
like
for a much lower rate.
You know, banks are going to be valuing their assets whenever they're lending in that way. I'm sure they have a lot of their assets insured in all kinds of ways. So these things are valued.
Sure.
I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. It's not cut and dry.
Yeah.
If a wealth tax is something that people are serious about, we're just going to have to figure it out.
Right.
And so, and I would assume they have some kind of plan for that. I don't know exactly what their plan is for that. I understand it could be complicated, but there are definitely ways of valuing those things.
So yet another argument against this is, yes, there's a couple, because one of the writers of this bill say, and as I said, it's very hard to leave California and prove that you're domiciled elsewhere. And what are the odds? Yeah, you're probably going to get a couple out of the 200 that, like, Sergey Brin and Larry Page moved their mutual LLC to like Delaware or something like that. There will be a couple like that, but there was a guy, some wealth manager who has a couple clients who are this exact demographic. They are a couple of those billionaires. He was saying that even the perception of this thing as being viable is still pretty harmful because it causes those billionaires to want to bail, even though if it passes, it could be reformed. Just that perception alone is enough for some of these guys to go, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm out. Because even though this is a one-time thing, who knows what, maybe there's another one-time thing just down the pike in 5 more years. Who knows? Or a more permanent thing. So why would they, and I'm not defending that, of course. I'm just saying from, like, you know, the law is blind kind of thing. If I'm a billionaire, or if I'm like being paid to protect the assets of billionaires, that's probably what I'm going to advise them to do.
The only thing I would say against that is that argument falls apart when you look at the data of when taxes have been raised in other instances in this way.
Sure. Like where?
New Jersey was a big one. They did a very long study hold on, let me find it. Okay, these guys, Cristobal Young and Charles Werner. It's like the best paper on this. It was
Cristobal.
The National Tax Journal and American Sociological Review. They basically studied 13 years of IRS administrative data and found that this like transitory elite chasing better taxes and tax havens and stuff just isn't really a thing. It happens. Some people leave the state, but what they've found is that most people are like, I'm from here, my roots are here, my life is here.
Yeah.
A lot of them make a lot of noise, though. Sure. You know, when it's happening, the argument you're talking about, I mean, you saw it in the Zoran Mamdani election. There's always all kinds of people going like, well, they're going to flee. They're going to flee.
Peter Thiel.
Everyone. But what you find is that doesn't necessarily happen. And so that is them studying over 13 years of data. The most recent one, which we've alluded to a bunch already, is the Massachusetts thing that passed in 2022. So we have much less data there, but for the years up until now, here, let me find Massachusetts.
It's on the East Coast, dude.
Because this would be kind of close to this. If they have billionaires, like it's a 4% bump.
But the difference
on over
is
$1 million.
Taxable income.
I understand.
Which is tough.
I know,
But
and
still better than nothing. I would support that.
I already highlighted the distinction.
Yeah.
This is an income tax, not a wealth tax. But they were able to generate way more income than they thought they would already, than their projections. And they also showed that the number of Massachusetts residents with $50 million or more in wealth grew 35% from 2022 to 2024.
Well,
and the number of millionaires by net worth grew by 38%.
Nice.
It is different. It's an income tax, not a wealth tax. But from what I can tell, the data does not show that. I mean, think about
you're using, to be fair, you're using data for a completely different type of tax.
I've admitted that myself.
No, yeah, I know.
We have not had a true wealth tax in this country. And I think that
we might have one coming.
That is probably the reason that Gavin Newsom is...
That's exactly right.
Is advocating for a national wealth tax rather than a state. Hey guys, we got to take a quick break to talk about Superpower. I use Superpower. If you've probably heard me complain about how for years I've been going to the doctor and feel like I have no idea what my actual health even looks like because
my tummy hurts.
I go in for my physical and they say go get your blood drawn, and then I do, and then they're just like, okay, sure, this is your numbers, and I'm going, what the heck does any of this mean? Yeah. Superpower has been such a gift. It's filled in all the gaps. It's been able to help me see a full picture of all my health. Yeah. And all I had to do was go get some diagnostics then.
Yeah, they give you supplement recommendations, prescription suggestions. You get your biological age and the pace of aging. They help you.
I'm only 31 biologically.
Wow,
just so
good for you.
Yeah.
They help you connect the dots and understand long-term trends in your health data. And gives you access to high-end concierge level care at the best price on the market. It's the most affordable 100+ biomarker blood test, starting at $199, and is HSA and FSA eligible.
That's the best part. I mean, a lot of these other companies are so expensive to do a similar thing.
Yeah. Like I said, you get insights into over 100 of your biomarkers: cholesterol, iron, cortisol, or testosterone, and so many more. You can learn your true biological age, visualize all of your health data in one place, and track your progress over time. They'll even create your own personalized protocol with tailored supplement stack recommendations and potential prescriptions that could help you reach your health goals. So make this year the year you stop guessing about your health with Superpower. For a limited time, our listeners get $20 off to unlock their new health intelligence. Head over to superpower.com and use code BAZE for $20 off your $199 Superpower membership. And after you sign up, they'll ask how you heard about Superpower and tell them the Ben and Emil show sent you to support the show. That's right. Gavin Newsom opposes this on the state level, but he likes it on a national level, plus closing the loophole, the lending loophole that we were just talking about, wherein Elon Musk famously does this. I mean, all of them do it, where he's got hundreds of billions of dollars worth of Tesla stock. He doesn't want to sell it because that would trigger a taxable event. So he borrows against those shares for a really, really, really low, next to nothing interest rate. JP Morgan goes, oh, sure, well, you put up those shares as collateral. We'll give you a couple $1 billion. Now he's liquid, and it's not taxable. It's not income. It's a loan. Gavin Newsom would close that loophole. I don't know how that would look, but that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, without it being national, that is the thing. The risk is whether or not there will be some kind of billionaire flight.
Yeah.
And if there is, whether or not it still nets out. Okay, if 10 guys leave, it might still be more. They might still raise the money they were looking for.
Peter Thiel wants to go live in Argentina. Go for it, my brother. Go for it. Take away his passport.
I mean, honestly, that's the other thing. They're always talking about New York and California.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys don't want to go live in Florida and Texas. I'm not trying to say anything negative about Florida and Texas.
No, he said it's because they stink.
But, let's be honest. Bill Ackman, you like going down to Lincoln Center, going to the opera, and going to, how's the Sarasota Orchestra? I don't know. But, I bet you're going to miss...
Sabaro.
I bet you're going to miss all these. I mean, dude, you see it with Trump, right? You can tell he's always so disappointed that he has to hang out with people he detests.
Yeah.
And he
doesn't want to be in Kentucky.
When he's around Zoran Mamdani. He wants to be around He wants to rub elbows with New York liberals.
He wants to be liked. That's why we're here. God.
And
Just
so,
because the boy just wants to be loved and approved.
so I
There
just,
but for the grace of God go I.
I think there is a reason these people,
Yeah.
I don't want to discount that. I think these people don't want to leave. I mean, you know, they'll go on podcasts and tell you how great it is. They feel they feel free to say whatever words they want in Texas, but where do they all go when they go to Texas?
Austin.
Isn't that weird?
Why?
They go to the one like liberal.
Yeah. The one liberal bastion in a yeah.
They like it where they are. I'm just saying.
I know you're exactly right. So the one that Gavin Newsom is proposing, again, going off of some of the well, not the opposition for this, I guess. This would fall under one of the arguments for, is that Gavin Newsom's idea, while fantastic, would be contingent upon all kinds of things having to line up. That would get tied up in the courts for fucking ever. The Congress, it would just be a nightmare. God willing, it gets passed. And he would do, apparently he likes the Buffett rule of taxing billionaires at the same rate as their employees.
That's what, so I mean, the thing that I found through looking at it all is that, you know, that, have you ever seen that? I feel like we've talked about him. That guy, Gary Stevenson, he's the British guy. He runs that channel, Gary's Economics.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't stand that guy anymore.
Really?
Because he's not that good of a trader, as it turns out. And he's always like, he always looks like he's just, man, I've just seen it. Oh, it's like, dude, fucking relax, all right? Anyway, go on.
I like the guy a lot. He seems like he must be a decent trader. He's extremely wealthy.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's not.
How do you know he's not a good trader?
I don't know, because I've seen some anecdotal things online about people who knew him during his tenure at whatever banks, and they're like, he was fine. He wasn't like a top tier. Which doesn't mean he didn't make millions of dollars. Go on.
Okay, regardless. But this guy's whole beat for like literally the last few years since I've like encountered him has been this wealth tax thing. And I've found it persuasive, but obviously it presents a lot of challenges. And so seeing this, you know, this push for the California billionaire tax, I'm like just broadly supportive of it and figured I'd vote for it. Looking into it, there's some real flaws, as we've highlighted. I would probably still vote for it. But the thing that is the most frustrating and like slightly disheartening, as you pointed out with the Gavin Newsom like national billionaire tax, is like that's just like a tremendous upheaval. And I think everyone really wants like this panacea of, you know, if we just do a billionaire wealth tax, like that'll fix everything. And to be clear, they're not saying that. They're saying we want to plug this gap in funding. For me, I do want to fix everything. Like it's very clear that we have huge issues. We talk about it on the show all the time. And a lot of it stems from this accumulated, concentrated wealth in the elites. And so this will do nothing to address that. I want to be clear about that. Like this billionaire wealth tax, if all goes to plan, it'll probably help with some of the medical costs we need to cover.
Well, that goes into, so one of the main points that the California Teachers Association says is that it wouldn't provide sustaining and long-lasting funding. It would just essentially be kicking the can down the road until such time we run into the same exact problem in a few years. At which point, the concern is that some of these billionaires will have already successfully fled the coop, and then we'll be in a situation where we're pulling in all the less tax revenue from them.
Yeah. This is also my other
That's where the calculus gets kind of like, man, I wish they would have just done like Massachusetts instead.
Sure.
It would be easier to do retroactively because it's not an entirely new tax law, I think. And yeah, taxing. Well, that's where the income part becomes difficult, because if you're talking about, I mean, like Sergey Brin and what's his name, the other guy, Larry Page, Google pays dividends, and they're making hundreds of millions of dollars on those dividends. Instead of taxing those at whatever rate California does, 10%, tax that shit way higher.
Yeah,
If your net worth is a certain level and you have income above a certain threshold, tax that shit.
That was kind of where I was going, was like, as I was going through this, I was like, oh, we need like
It needs to be
a
more
massive
ironclad.
holistic approach to doing this. Like, clearly we need to change the tax code. We need to like close all these loopholes, make sure we're actively collecting on these things, restore the higher rates. So we're bringing in all the revenue we need to through tax. Also, like funding the IRS so they can actually go after rich people and make sure the like, their little crime investigation unit isn't just doing like small petty bullshit. They're actually going off like insane tax avoidance by the majorly wealthy. And then, just all kinds. We need to like actually enforce antitrust laws so we don't have these huge conglomerates we have no control over and we're at the mercy. It's so disheartening when people talk about this stuff, when they go, hey, we're trying, whether or not you like this or not, I do think people are good intentioned with the bill.
Absolutely.
It's so disheartening when people's big argument is like, they're basically saying, well, the billionaires have us by the balls, so we can't do anything.
Oh,
we'd love to do it,
sure,
but what if? And I'm like, well, that's a bad place to start.
Yeah, you're going into like oligarchy
right,
realm
like,
there.
So you're just saying we can't do anything that would upset them because then they'll leave us. It's like, all right, you're just describing an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to fix that immediately.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, there was that big New York Times article where the guy wrote the op-ed from, he's from the Stanford, the Hoover Institute, which is very like free market, more conservative thing. He's arguing against it.
And did he reference France? He referenced France, right? There were a couple countries that tried this and then they got rid of it.
Which again, even that is very annoying. Like when you dig into these numbers, the whole narrative around this is very like papered over, and it's very difficult too because no one's really neutral. You're either getting like people who are, everyone's an ideologue when they're talking about this. But like France itself funded a study and it showed that number they're getting, he cites a number, $200 billion that they lost out on from tax revenue in France. Oh. That comes from a paper by some guy who did the most like cockamamie data.
It's by Pierre Baguette, I think.
It was Pierre Baguette. This dude's got
$200 billion.
And the data's like all bunk. They looked into it, and then they did a much more intensive study and showed that the story is like very different. And that the reason when they had a tax deficit, the reason was because they repealed the tax. That's what this more intensive study came from. But the reason I brought that up was the thing that bums me out about this is like, okay, fine. If you don't think this is going to work, but what's noticeably absent in that article is any other
offering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. If this doesn't work, what's your plan?
Well, there are some I didn't see who, but there are some billionaires who are funding lobbyists to find a happy medium where they can service California and not get fucked at the same time, versus Sergey Brin and Peter Thiel and others who they've now spent collectively over $120 million to oppose it. So there are, I wonder if Steyer is one of them who's funding these lobbyists.
I'm not sure what Steyer's up to now that he's licking his wounds. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very difficult thing. It's going to be extremely difficult to tackle. I'll probably vote for it. The thing is, it's just so much bigger than this. These elite are like so international too. There was a movement. I think it was like the 2024 G20. They like authored some plan for an international wealth tax at 2%.
Next, they're gonna take over the moon, dude. They're just gonna domicile on the moon. I live on the moon. Can't tax me.
I mean, honestly, they're all obsessed with.
Fucking go. We'll blow it up.
Here it is. The 2024 G20 blueprint proposed a coordinated global minimum tax of 2% annually on wealth above $1 billion, explicitly modeled on the 2021 global minimum corporate tax deal that over 130 countries actually signed. So there is like movement on this.
And what is their argument? Is it like, if I'm Sergey Brin and I'm the second fucking wealthiest man in the world and I'm worth $250 billion, you can't spend enough. You couldn't spend enough in a year just to get rid of the passive income that's coming in from your dividends and your interest.
Right.
You couldn't. Even if you were,
You couldn't spend it in a lifetime.
dude, if you were banging hookers every day and they all had very, very,
I
very,
like
very, very expensive taste.
I like that. That's the most expensive thing you come up with. If you're
I'm
banging
thinking back to
hookers,
those escorts, man.
I'm like, if you spent all day buying classic cars,
Sure. And blowing them up with expensive Chinese fireworks. You would still.
Well, do you have the Jensen Huang quote?
Yeah, Jensen Huang said. So Jensen Huang would pay $8 billion,
and he doesn't have a problem with it.
and he said he's perfectly fine with it, and had, quote, not thought about it once when asked if he was concerned about the tax. He added that he and others, quote, choose to live in Silicon Valley, and whatever taxes they would like to apply, so be it.
Because that's
Right.
that's kind of the core of the issue. Like, a lot of these arguments against it are like, okay, sure, they could fucking leave and hold us hostage if they want.
Yeah.
Or they could just pay the fucking tax.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, we have a massive hole because of the Trump administration's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, I'll
Okay.
write that check.
We don't mind being benefactors here.
Instead of getting into the nitty gritty of the law and like, well, this could set a precedent.
Well, I'm going I'm going to
it.
Texas.
I'm going to Texas where the gas is cheaper.
I'm going to move to Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Awesome, Texas. It is awesome. We do love Texas. Hook 'em, whatever.
Hook 'em
the
horns.
Slug. Oh no, it's a bull. Doug, get away from the door. I know you're thinking about it. But yeah, Sergey Brin, it can't be that he's arguing, oh my God, they're going to take all my money. Oh my God, I'm going to end up broke. Is it that?
I think it's a power thing. I think
I was going to say the other thing is that, yeah, I'm sure it's absolutely a power thing, but is it that they don't trust that the government will utilize that tax money effectively, and it's essentially just going to be a waste, and it's more effective in their altruistic hands? Then prove it, bitch, if that's one of the arguments.
I think they may suggest that that's part of it, and I'm not going to sit here and argue that the government has been some kind of effective.
Sure.
But I do think it's more than anything, it's a power thing, and I think for them it's like I think they're afraid if they give even an inch, that it shows that there's weakness and that somehow that their power can be reined in. I mean, the New York City thing is massive. It's like they live in a different world. You see them talk and they're like, yeah, we're already thinking about the next election to save New York City from Zoran Mamdani. And it's like, from what exactly?
From getting
Everyone seems massively happy. He balanced the budget. Every month so far that he's been in office has been recording lowest levels of crime since they started recording it.
He's making the crops grow again.
But he represents an extreme threat to the power, right?
Yeah.
If he can get that pied-à-terre tax through, and it means, what's his name? Kevin? No.
Who?
Ken Griffin. If it means Ken Griffin is now going to owe whatever he's going to owe on his like $250 million penthouse, well, we can't stand for this.
And by the way,
who he also massively spent to also make it so Illinois couldn't tax him in similar ways.
Ken Griffin just absolutely printing money. I was reading about this. So a lot of these hedge funds and stuff, they have what are called pods. So it'll be just like a fully owned subsidiary little fund with like, I don't know, 10, 20 guys. And one of them made, I don't know how many $5 billion in the last 6 months. And they were showing what the bonuses for each of these guys and their ages. The like head of the shop is 39 and his bonus is probably going to be $250 million.
Good for him.
Good for him. And like the lowest guy is like a 26-year-old analyst.
And he needs
$8
that
million.
money. He needs it.
That guy does. I mean, yeah, sure. It could be a woman too.
He likes to spend his days buying classic cars and blowing them up with expensive Chinese fireworks.
and having hookers light the fuse. Oh,
did you see that? It's very relevant to this.
The building?
The what?
The building in New York
No,
that's buckling? That's wild.
That is wild.
Scary.
There was that data released about all of the different countries and their average wealth of the citizens and the median wealths.
No, I didn't see that. Where
it's
do
been
we
going
rank?
viral because at first people were just posting the America's average wealth is very high. That doesn't really tell the whole picture. And then they started. I think we come in I think we were number 1 for average, and I think for median we were number 28, showing that.
Who's number 1? Like Switzerland?
The wealth is extreme. Switzerland was definitely up there. The wealth is extremely concentrated among a few people, and the rest of the country lives off scraps.
Below the line, yeah. Yeah, man.
So yeah, I don't. That's my big takeaway is like, look, this is not gonna solve anyone's. This is not gonna solve the problem we are in with this massive wealth inequality thing. You know, it's going to take a huge holistic approach to.
I got an idea. Let's kidnap Elon Musk and strap him to a chair.
I'm in so far.
Like in Casino Royale, where they do it with James Bond, and the rope with a knot at the end of it, and just whack his balls. Let's go
Let's just do that. We don't
Mr.
even have
Musk,
any.
every time you don't.
We don't even have any demands. Let's just do that to Elon.
dude. Oh my god.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Just to do this.
Yeah, man. We just want to do this. You don't want to pay the taxes? Fine. Well, we'll get to whack your balls once a year, twice a year.
Even if you pay the taxes,
quarterly,
we're whacking your balls.
Yeah, we're whacking your balls. Honestly,
no matter what, those balls are getting whacked.
Of all the torture methods, that's the one the guy comes up with.
I think
Viggo, or what's his name? Not Viggo Mortensen,
it's,
but
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
It's a fun movie. Torture. Also, you know what? Watching torture in a movie sucks.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun. You know, Daniel Craig is laughing, and
one of the best torture methods in a movie is, I believe it's Lethal Weapon 2 or 1, where Mel Gibson is chained. I think it's 1. He's chained up, and that Asian guy is he's got him under a shower, and he's like zapping him with these electrodes, and he just goes, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you."
Best torture scene in a movie: Ace Ventura, the silverware on the floor on the plate.
That was pretty good too. All right, so yeah, let us know what you think, folks.
Let us know how you're voting if you're in California.
It comes down to imperfect but immediate and needed versus smarter, more sound, but a lot slower and potentially.
But that's my other thing.
Not happening at all.
Yeah, who's gonna like?
I know.
I'm like, okay, let's at least fucking try it. It's always like that. Every time there's anything remotely close to something like this, it's always like, we can't do it, we can't do it, we can't do it. Oh, and whatever. Okay, then show me the fucking plan to fix it.
You know what we should do?
Otherwise, I'm voting for the billionaire tax.
What? Here's what we should do. If all the billionaires want to leave, let's just follow them. Let's all go.
I'm not going to Texas. I'm not going to Texas.
I'll follow.
I'm not going to
follow,
Florida.
Man. I'll follow you anywhere.
And it's nothing against those
love you.
Nothing against those great states.
Yeah. All right, let's switch gears here. The Trump account's just launched, so if you got a baby out there, hey, Brandon, our friend Brandon has a baby. I wonder if he's getting one of these.
We have
a baby? Do we know any babies?
We did ask on the StockTwits show if anyone who has given birth has gotten one of these accounts.
Ooh.
And people reached out and said, yes, I gave birth, and got an email about my Trump account.
So it's pretty awesome, I think.
Yeah, but he's also voting against the billionaire tax. So
I just think that I think that it's. I'm thinking about it in the long run. Over the next 5-10 years.
This is not like a Trump thing. Like many a politician has talked about opening infants index funds accounts and letting it grow. Basically, throughout their life.
Yeah, these will be classified as I think just regular investment accounts or some kind of savings account. But parents will be able to contribute. I think there's probably an annual limit. Oh wait, is that it right there? The monthly? Oh, the Monday event. they'll be able to it's a one-time $1,000 pilot program from the U.S. Treasury Department for babies born from 2025 through 2028. And then the Dell family is also seeding with $250 each for children ages 10 and under who were born before January 1st, 2025. And then potentially SpaceX are going to chip in. And Micron said that they're going to chip in, and Morgan Stanley, Chime Financial, Chipotle, they're going to give them burritos, I guess. They all said that they're going to match the government's $1,000.
18 and your burritos just disgusting.
Just so actually, or maybe it's McDonald's style, and it's just the preservatives have kept it. But yeah, upon turning 18, the owners of the accounts will then be able to take them over, and I think that's when they automatically switch to being traditional IRAs. And if things go well, every single person who's got one of these accounts and contributes to it will have a couple $100,000 by the time they're 18. What I don't like is that it turns into an IRA. It would be greater if it just turned into a regular investment account, because otherwise it's like, okay, cool, I'm 18. You're telling me I got hundreds of thousands of dollars?
I didn't realize it turned into an IRA. I assumed, you'd be able to be like,
cool, I'll pay for college.
Pay for college. Yeah.
Maybe you're able to then, I think it defaults to that.
Which you still can, but you'll just hit a huge tax penalty.
I think you'll be able to.
Maybe you'll get the choice. I don't.
Maybe, yeah, they should, because that would be so insanely fucked up. And then Trump had some great. We all know about Trump's
Everyone
stock.
would just take it out anyway. They would just pay the tax.
Oh yeah.
Maybe this is his brilliant plan to create a massive amount of tax revenue.
Could be.
Can you imagine telling an 18-year-old kid, okay, look, there's 300 grand sitting in this account, but you will be steeply taxed now if you take it out. Okay. Oh yeah, just give it to me.
I don't care. Taxes? What? It's money I didn't have before. I'm going to put it all in Dogecoin. Kids these days.
Honestly?
I'm going to put it all in vape. I'm going to buy vape.
I'm putting in vape coin.
They're going to buy vapes and fidget spinners. And maybe trampolines. Maybe by then trampolines will have a big resurgence. I'm buying those new trampoline shoes. I don't know, whatever they're going to have. Click the other one. That
This is your Back to the Future.
Whatever the hell they got, man. Trump made a lot of money. He made
and we're happy for him.
$1.1 to $1.2 billion just from crypto. So just huge shout out to him for doing the right thing and making some money. And
important to note, that's pretty much on the backs of
clowns.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, but.
Guys,
if you bought into the trial, what do you want me to say?
I think they were.
How can I politely be like,
you got it, man.
That was a solid choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just basically a massive rug pull of his own.
I believe the average. I think I saw that the average person who participated in Trump Coin got fleeced for an average of $6,000. Yeah.
Christ.
Anyway, and then Trump was talking about the markets. Trump hates short guys. I liked what he had to say here.
Hey, David, Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, BlackRock, they're all here. And think of it, I'm making them all geniuses. Every one of them is a genius. Is anybody doing poorly? If you are, I guess you have a couple of guys that went short. Those poor bastards, they're in big trouble. They're being wiped out. The short guys. I never like short guys because they're betting against the country, so that's okay. But earlier this
honestly,
morning,
what can you say other than those poor bastards?
Yeah, truly. But I hate that perspective of like if you're shorting, it automatically means you're against or rooting against. It's like that's not what it is, man. Sure, in some cases it very well could be, but and then here's a fun stat. Stock market gains minted nearly 1 million new millionaires in 2025. And the United States accounted for most of the increase, adding more than 440,000 millionaires last year.
Wish I was one.
Huge shout out to those millionaires.
I wish.
But does it mean anything? Because we are now on track to lose $250 billion. Wait, let's see the breakdown of that. So 44% North America, Western Europe 25.5%. China's doing it. Southeast Asia's doing it.
China's doing it.
Latin America
Wait, go ahead. Finish what you were going to say. We're on
Wow.
track to lose 250.
Oh, we're on track to lose $250 billion this year on gambling, sports gambling, and
well, I
gambling
mean, you got the
generally.
millions. Why not let a little ride?
Yeah. Apparently, even just today.
I'm sure it's all responsible people who have the money to do it.
yeah.
That's who's gambling.
Yeah. There were people betting on whether or not Ronaldo was going to cry after he lost the World Cup.
Did he or did he not?
Well, they were showing like the chart.
It's hard to tell, right? With all the sweat.
Well, because at first when he came out onto the field, I will not say pitch. When he came out onto the field, he looked all stone faced, and the odds dropped. But then it looked like he was getting emotional, and they shot up. But then there weren't any physical tears, so then they dropped back down. It's just what a disaster, man.
Oh,
and I've seen all the celebrities just absolutely selling their souls. Like I saw one for Future. Future was like, "If you're American, what do you think's gonna happen? Can you predict the future? Can you predict the future?"
How much do you think he got for this?
$5 million.
You think? No
I
way.
bet, yeah. What's he
Dude,
doing now,
Timothy
man?
Chalamet did one.
Oh, I know.
Like, the money must be crazy.
It must be crazy, of course. These
Timothy
guys, man.
Chalamet did like a series of 3 of them.
Yeah. You want to bet on me winning an Oscar? I don't know why that's my impression of him. He's one of those tubes that.
Well, weirdly, one of them was him at the dentist with the dentist.
That's not him at the dentist. That's just some guy.
Oh.
And he's just going, Kelsey. And the dentist is like, I don't understand what you're saying. Kelsey.
That's not Timothy
I
Chalamet?
don't think so. Pretty sure that's not him. Dude, dentist Kelsey.
Just do Timothy Chalamet, Kelsey.
Timothée
Timothée
Chalamet.
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 Kelsey ad. Oh, that is him at the fucking. Is that him?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Good call, dude.
How could it?
And his teeth are. He's admitting that his teeth are fucked up. He's
there's
got
a lot
an
of
infection in his
infection in
teeth.
there,
I don't
Timmy.
think
We're
that's what
doing
he's
really
saying.
well.
Wow, see, this is stupid because I didn't even know it was him. I thought it was just some guy.
Are you feeling anything? Coffee. I don't understand, but this is going
This is
very
such
well.
a terrible ad.
Is this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Coffee.
What's the first comment? I'm just curious if people are like,
Coffee?
what?
Coffee.
Being around Kevin O'Leary.
Kashi.
Bro said he wanted to be the best and then does a gambling ad. I'm not even surprised anymore. Hollywood must have really did a number on him.
He betrayed us.
Super disappointing that Timothy would work with Kalshi,
El
home
Timmy.
of rigged insider
The
trading.
fuck is this? Yeah, I mean, the money's got to be crazy.
Yeah,
The
man.
money's got to be crazy.
Anyway,
I'm sure they're getting their money's worth. Everyone's watching this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everyone's using. Well, the number you just said is staggering. It's
I mean,
the ad
Meta's
spend is obviously working.
yeah, Meta's getting into it because they're. I mean, we were gonna do an episode a few weeks ago called "We're Calling the Top," because it seems like we'll talk about it probably on Stock Twits this week. But the fact that Meta is now selling its compute implies that maybe they overbuilt. And they're now going, okay, well, it turns out we don't need all this compute that we thought we did, so we'll sell it out to other people. We'll rent it out. But then fucking...
Also, we're doing gambling now. Bye.
Yeah, also we're doing gambling, I guess.
Which also, from a purely just like strategic point of view, not a bad idea, right?
No, sure.
You already have the built-in platform to just like blast every single one of your users with it. You have one of your platforms is Facebook with just like deranged boomers, and you can like squander every millennial's inheritance.
Let me fucking gamble on my uncles on Facebook and what they're gonna post. Is my uncle gonna post an AI video today?
It's oof, yeah, and they're just watching Polymarketing Kalshi just absolutely rake it in.
But oh man, I've been seeing so many videos that are not clearly AI, but then I go into the comments hoping to see people go AI, and surprisingly, it's just getting fewer and fewer. It's just they're getting so good. But
oh yeah, someone posted a video recently and was basically saying, "Look how good it is," and people were trying to dunk on it and being like, "Soulless, you can tell," blah blah. And I was watching and going, honestly, if this just came across my feed, I would just think it was real. I'm sorry, like I hate to say it. It just they've gotten pretty good with it.
They've gotten really good.
I would have a hard time telling.
But like I've said, and it's not just me saying this, the big thing to watch out for if the AI bubble is showing signs of deflating or popping entirely is if these companies stop spending or slow down on spending so much money on building out the infrastructure for AI. And this could be the first kind of sign that could be happening. If Meta is going, hey, we're going to rent out some of our compute and essentially be like an AI cloud provider of sorts. But then the question becomes, who are they renting it out to? Google has their own.
I know,
Microsoft has their own.
I saw someone joking that all this energy around stopping all the data centers is actually weirdly a gift to the AI companies because they like massively overspent
Yeah,
and now
like,
they can
okay,
they can get a lot of
shoot.
these projects canceled.
Yeah, that
and
is
I thought
funny.
that was very funny.
Let's see. Why don't we go out on that? Did you see the robot that's and this is a big thing because everybody's saying, oh, physical AI is the next thing. Robots. Okay. This is one of our first opportunities. You can buy this fucking robot.
Why is it always folding laundry? I don't know. What's wrong with tech guys? Why is that your biggest issue?
Don't you just hate it? Hey, everybody. Don't you just hate it when you got to fold your sweaters? Don't you
I
just
would
hate
much
it?
make
Look
a robot.
how big that fucking thing is. What an eyesore. Look how giant this. For the audio listener, this thing is huge.
Okay, but I do want to say he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's cute, but look how dumb he is. Okay, go ahead. Hit play. Oh, great. We're probably not going to be able to use this music, are we, Luke?
He's also like...
Should we mute it? Okay.
He's also Wall-E-esque.
Yeah. First of all, he's a bumbling moron.
Don't
worry, I organized your pillows for you. Oh, great job. You
some
cleaned
very
up the couch.
strategic cuts there, too.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see full unedited video of this clanker folding.
And yeah, what if my laundry room is downstairs? You're fucked. Oh, yeah, great job. You folded. Oh, it only took you an hour to fold the laundry?
A lot of
Great
cuts here. A
job.
lot of cuts.
Yeah, a lot of cuts. Terrible job folding it. Didn't put it away. Put away the toys.
Also, is he doing it autonomously or is there some guy in...
Polynesian guy?
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah. So that's it. That's that stupid ass robot. Oh man. Weave robotics. I really
you
don't...
know, we were just talking about how we cannot tell the difference between AI videos right now, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember like the first we had a different show when AI video started coming out.
Oh yeah, I remember. Crazy.
And so it's just a short...
And we were like, look how wild this is. It's crazy looking.
It's just a short stretch before now all of a sudden we can't tell the difference. So who knows? I mean, maybe in 2-3 years.
Moore's Law.
Maybe 2-3 years that robot's going to be folding like it's nobody's biz.
Yeah, could be. Also, just, we're giving you a kind of rapid fire thing here toward the end of the episode. The FDA greenlit Zyn to be able to market themselves as a safer alternative to cigarettes and chewing tobacco, which is kind of awesome. It's awesome.
Awesome for guys like me who have brain aneurysms.
Nicotine pouch. The FDA must have sufficient evidence that the new products offer greater benefits to population health than risks. And apparently, in this case, the data show that these nicotine pouch products meet that bar by benefiting adults who use cigarettes and or smokeless tobacco products and completely switch to these products. Anyway, folks.
I still think ripping darts is the safest thing.
Oh,
you can
man,
do.
dude, it's awesome. I have so many friends now that probably I can count on one hand 5 friends who have quit vaping and started smoking.
It is the strangest thing to me.
And they're like, it's healthier.
For decades, the thing was... I mean, you remember growing up, all of the whole plan was to go after kids and stop them from smoking. Every anti-smoking thing was aimed at kids.
Yeah.
It's not cool. Don't do it. Because
just say no.
You get hooked as a child. Because if you're an adult with a full, you're like, what am I going to do? I'm going to start smoking? That's insane. But somehow that's completely gone away.
Mm-hmm.
People who never even fucked with nicotine all of a sudden are smoking cigarettes. It's crazy.
It's cool again.
I did it the way you're supposed to. I got hooked on it when I was like 15.
Yeah.
Quit in my 20s. And now all of a sudden everyone's smoking.
And the jewel is gone. I still remember DARE. Don't smoke, no joke. Be smart, don't start.
You don't think they do dare anymore?
I don't know. But it's the opposite. Now they dare you to try it.
I dare you to smoke. Dare was
dare you
also
to try it.
drugs too, and alcohol.
Yeah.
It was all kinds of things.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, love you so much. Remember to go to the bonus. Let's all check out that final comment of the week, shall we? It's in the Slack. This came from the Independence Day thing that we did. It's from Clance 2210. Sir, a second alien has hit the spearmint rhino. You gotta watch Independence Day. Our commentary on it. It's really good.
If you want to get that one,
really
which
fun
it's
if you
going to
wanna
hit really hard.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we'll see you in the bonus.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
I don't understand.
Heaven?
Like,
I'm in
pause
heat.
it. These guys are suffering.
They must
It's
all have
pain.
ulcers too.
Oh yeah, he's clearly not experiencing pleasure or joy.
Yes, he is, dude. He tasted the oak and pencil. He likes it.
I mean, I get it. Like Szechuan is a kind of spice high. It's like a pleasure. It's an enjoyable kind of tingling feeling on your tongue. But that's it. That's as far as it goes.
I've also never, but I wouldn't consider that high. I've only been like, oh, this is nice, and I like the taste, and
it's a
like
nice little
the
kick.
heat. Once I cross the
This
threshold,
is sadistic.
I'm just like, okay, I'm not enjoying anything anymore. And I
Yeah.
feel sick and bad.
Maybe the guy Smoking Ed seems to be enjoying it.
Smoking Ed seems to be perfectly fine, and he's just like,
It's weird. What is a spice high? Spice? No, not spice like fucking K2 synthetic marijuana.
you got Paul McCartney,
What
and
song?
they have him do, I think it's I Want to Hold Your Hand. And I'm like, dude.
That's because Travis
I Wanna
Kelce
Hold Your
probably
Hand.
thinks that song is sick. Oh, I like that song. I'm Travis Kelce, dude.
They also had, I think Adam Sandler officiated.
Oh, all right. All right. Travis, you remember the time we went and ate pizza late at night, naked on your farm? Oh, I was not supposed to tell that story. Anyways, you are my queen, my princess, my baby's mama, maybe.
Maybe.
And everybody goes, woo, and he goes, ha ha, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. They say that the hardest part of a football player's life is when he has to hang up his cleats. But for me, it was looking at you in the crowd, and you was the only smiling face in a sea of haters. I don't know what I'm doing.